How does the Federal Reserve's monetary policy at this point in time affect your ability to get approved for business credit cards? The Federal Reserve is in a position right now where they're simultaneously trying to slow down the economy enough to fight inflation, slow down banks issuing out liquidity long enough to subside inflation without crashing the banking system and without crashing the economy as a whole. It's a very tough position to be in. The Federal Reserve has raised rates yet again as of its July 23rd meeting at the time of this recording. And this is going to be yet putting the Fed's fund rate to about 5.5 at this point in time, coming down from nearly zero just a year and some change ago. When you're going to apply for business funding, especially business credit cards, banks are in a peculiar situation where they can't take as much risk, but they also can't afford to continue to not expand and not grow. Especially private institutions, in their situation, they have shareholders that are still looking for returns on their money, if nothing else. Of course, they're still also trying to serve their clientele who has liquidity needs. The credit union side of this, which is nonprofit, they have members to still serve and a board to still answer to as well. So this creates a lot of pressure where the Federal Reserve's monetary policy is restrictive and aggressive against these banks and their ability to lend money to us as business owners. But on the flip side, they also need the banks to be sustainable enough to not collapse and cause a larger issue in the overall economy. When you're applying for business credit cards, it is extremely important more now than ever to make sure that your information is lined up and congruent, and to make sure that you're applying for cards that you have strong indications that you're going to get approved for. You have to start doing your homework on existing business relationships you have and banking relationships you have. And you also want to make sure that you have some indicator, if you're not already banking with this institution, that you have either some kind of offer, pre-qualification, or pre-approval. Banks are still currently actively approving applications. It's not a complete shutdown at the moment of this recording, but it's going to continue to get tougher. The interest rate hikes are a lagging indicator in the economy, meaning not a lagging indicator, but they have a lagging effect in the economy. So don't think just because the rates have gone up to where they are now, and you may be still getting approved for funding at the moment, that it's just fine. I'm telling you right now, the effects of the higher interest rates could take months to another year or so to truly hit our economy. You need to be stacking your business credit card and business funding right now. And the way that you're going to go about accomplishing that is, again, making sure that your personal credit history is strong and your personal information is strong, because that's the backbone of your business credit cards as the personal guarantor. The next thing that you're going to want to focus on is making sure that any business information you put down is congruent. That basically means if you have a business address, if you have a NAICS code, if you have a business phone number, email, website, anything that they can use to verify the validity of your business, it needs to be in shape, because anything that they see incongruent on your application could be used for grounds of denial, even if your credit is reasonably strong. You have to be careful right now. Banks are not going to just outright say we're not lending to you. They're going to find things and fine-tooth comb their way through your application to auto-deny you for things if they're trying to lower their risk. The second you show a hair of risk that they don't want to take, they're just going to cut it off. You have to make sure that you look as close to flawless as possible, or be willing to exercise the hell out of a reconsideration line if not. So, yes, banks are still lending. Business credit cards are still abundantly available, but it's going to get harder for the next 6 to 12 months with the interest rate hikes that we've experienced at a rapid pace and at depth at this point in time. And the Federal Reserve still might not be done. So I wanted to put this out as a small PSA and a little guiding beacon that those of you who are looking to stack your business funding up, do so with veracity right now. Go out there with full intentions. Make sure all your ducks are lined up. Make sure that you have equivalent comparable credit in the form of personal credit, credit cards that these business banks, these business institutions who are lending out on this business credit line are going to be able to look at your personal profile and say, okay, they've managed this level or that level of credit limit on their personal side, and that same person is personally guaranteeing this exact same debt here. This is going to give them the comfort they need, along with your congruent information personally and as the business, to feel comfortable lending to you, because they still need to make money. They still need to lend. They still need to be operational. So the money's going to flow, but it's going to flow to those who have everything lined up and are the lowest risk factor. So I want you guys to comment down below and let me know what your experience has been if you've applied for any business credit card recently. Has it been simple? Did you get an automatic approval? Have you run into situations where you've needed to work with reconsideration lines? Or do you have institutions you're planning on applying for? Who are they and what cards? Comment down below. Other than that, to all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. Want to learn more about me and the channel? I want you guys to start in the description section, and then I want you to work to the about section of the channel. Other than that, of course, subscribe, like, share this with anybody who you see that can get value from it. Other than that, I want y'all to stay focused. Stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon. This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity Network, a channel dedicated to helping you increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, the proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity.